Good evening and welcome to a quick episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gotta go. And y'all know what that something is. Booga, the groundhog. Well, you guys, I said, well, let me go back to YouTube University and study these things a little more. And I found out a few things that I'm going to be trying on tomorrow. First of all, I've been going about it the wrong way with setting this trap. Okay, the first thing that I found out is that when you set the trap, it needs to be a little bit further back than what it is now. I have it right up on the hole. Another thing I found out is that you have to put something heavy, such as a brick, and I kind of knew that, but I just didn't do it, on top of the trap, simply because the trap, when the groundhog, digs to come out or whatever, if he goes anywhere near the trap, it will rattle. You don't want it to have any movement whatsoever, otherwise he will avoid the trap, and I think that's what he's been doing for the past couple of days. Now that the food is, behind that trigger plate, he might walk up in there, and then when it rattles, he'll run back out and avoid the food. Now that first day, he managed, I think he did climb on the side of the cage to get to that tomato, and then he avoided the trigger plate. Okay, so he hasn't been back since, as you can see. He has not been back. Nothing has been touched. Another thing too, foods that the groundhog like. First of all, they were saying they're not too crazy about tomato. You need something with a high scent. And I know God in the greenhouse, I think, well, what's your name, Nicola, mentioned to put peanut butter on an apple. Well, they said that works good, but they were also saying that peanut butter can draw mice. And so they said, you might draw something other than the groundhog into the trap. So they suggested a banana. And they said what you do is you go with that banana gook, or whatever you would call it. You rub the sides of the cage and everything to create the scent that's going to draw him. And I saw one demonstrate that, and what he did, he used the banana for the scent. He threw that into the cage too, and then one used fig on the side of the cage too to draw him with the scent. And then the camouflage should be with natural stuff, so that hay isn't going to do. So I'm gonna pull that hay up, and they like clover. Groundhogs like clover. Well, my yard is full of it, as you can see. So I'll be grabbing some of that stuff, like in those weeds and all that stuff. And also, that's what draw the groundhog. So my yard, ain't nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do with the cleanup. So basically, it is what it is. But I can take some of that grass and clover, pull up as much as I can, and use that as my camouflage. They said sticks. I have plenty of that. In fact, my fire pit is full of sticks. I don't even use the fire pit. So I can get it camouflaged. So that tomorrow I will be doing. And then also, so you have the scent and the camouflage. And I'll need to pull the trap back a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. And basically, the other thing, when you line it with the food, you make a trail. So you're going to I'll put like maybe a piece of banana at the front to draw him, of course, the scent and all. He'll see that, he'll eat it. Then when he sees, they said what they like the most are bananas, cantaloupes, carrots, and lettuce. So I'll probably, and they said especially with the finicky ones, the fruit is what will usually draw them. So tomorrow I'll get a banana, I'll get some cantaloupe, and then I'll also put another apple in there, because I know for sure that Booga likes apples. So I'll do that, and I'll trail it with the banana for the scent, and I should have him. In fact, this one guy, he had his groundhog trapped in an hour. He was like, I went in the house, and within an hour I heard it go off, and there was the groundhog. And they seemed to be friendly. Everyone that I watched where they had caught groundhog. The groundhog, was just calm and didn't fight or anything. And one had trouble releasing them because the groundhog didn't want to come out of the cage. But anyway, I think I will get Booga once I do those things. So I'm gonna follow that advice and go from there. Alrighty, y'all. So that's today's episode and Booga Report. That's what I'm gonna title this, Booga Report. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm coming in the house. I've been sleeping most of the day today, and I feel pretty good. Second day in a row. But I want to get this taken care of. So, yep, so there you have it. I'm back in now. So I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.